Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Stars of Big Sky Country, the series that shines a spotlight on the athletes at the high school, collegiate, and professional level that have made an impact right here in the 406. And you know, these first handful of episodes of a new series, I really wanted them to pack a punch, and I don't think anybody does that better than my guest today. He's the man with as many nicknames as he has world titles from right here in Great Falls, Montana, the BKFC Featherweight Champion of the world, the outcast King Kai Hefty Bake. Stewart, welcome, man. How you doing?
That was a pretty good, you got all the nicknames in there. Let's go. Like we have officially rest in peace, Hefty Bag and Outcast. Hefty Bag stuck the hardest. That's just it was a stupid nickname that everybody loved. I loved it, and it was hard to get rid of it. But we're King Kai. We're King Kai now. It's a marketable name. It's true. I'm the king of the featherweight division. Some are arguing that I'm the king of BKFC right now. One more title defense, and that should put a lock on that. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've been rocking it since what? It's been like 3 years now. You and BKFC, and I mean, at least holding the title. So, I mean, what's that a roller coaster of a few years been like for you?
I did my first BKFC fight actually in the Metro in Billings, where my next fight's at, October 9th, 2021. And that, like, ever since then, like, I never really wanted to do it. It took me about 3 bare knuckle fights deep to be like, okay, never mind. I love this. This is what I want to do. I was just doing it for a payday, doing it for a stepping stone to further my MMA career because I'm a wrestler.
Yeah.
But I quickly found that I control the BKFC with how I fight. Like, all these straight boxers don't know how to pressure, don't know how to deal with my pressure. All the people that are brawlers don't know how to deal with somebody's real wrestling pressure. It's just I found my route, and we're coming up on 3-year anniversary right now in the next 5 days here, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm a small town kid from Loma, Fort Benton, Montana, and we moved to Great Falls for better wrestling and double A wrestling, and now it's all paid off. We're here.
Wow, man, that's really good. Is that sugar free? I don't know. This episode is sugar free though. We know that.
Yeah, yeah, sugar-free episodes around here.
Well, man, we'll start from the top. You know, you were a CMR grad. You always say that you're a wrestler at heart. Wrestlers do it better. Is there any plan to work your way kind of back into, I guess, what got you started, where your heart may ultimately lie? Because it seems like bare knuckle, although like you kind of own that world, as you say, and deservedly so. But I mean, is there anything keeping you from pursuing a career in wrestling, be it at the Olympic level, I guess? We just had the Olympics, or even professional like WWE, AEW style.
I have, before I get to the sad part, I would love one day to be a professional wrestler, at least even for a couple one-offs. I know that those guys destroy their bodies, because I mean they are real athletes. They just do choreographed stuff, and I love the thought of that. I think it's a great way to make money. I'm a personality. I could definitely figure out a way to do this. Um, and if I get my following big enough, I mean, that's just an extra way to make a lot of money, because some of those professional wrestlers are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's not out, but that's definitely down the road whenever I have no more actual real competition. But if that door ever opened after, let's say, about 30, 31 years old, then we're going to be in business. The other wrestling, if timelines work out, I might try to do the US Open this next year. I'm fighting in November, so that kind of leaves like an April, May fight for
Yeah.
me. So I don't know if that'll be possible. That's usually when the US Open is. I miss wrestling. I actually just told somebody, like, damn, I'm so busy and focused on BKFC that I realize that I may never compete like real competitively in wrestling again. And it kind of hit me, but I'm in where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be in bare knuckle, whether I thought I would be here or not. Um, this is definitely my route. Everything that keeps coming to the table is just things that I've manifested for myself and for my family, for Dakota. Yeah, we're all we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now the Montana Open comes around, we're going to be wrestling there for sure. I would love to do the US Open and give it one more crack, but if I don't have adequate time to really train and be a real contender in it, then it's not worth it. Too many, like, you can get injured down there really quick, like if you don't know what you're doing and you're not ready. So if I can get to the right weight class, I would try the US Open, but I'm pretty stuck, and I don't even want to use the word stuck. Personally, I have stuck myself in BKFC because it's just, it's half the battle. As much as I love wrestling, wrestling's the hardest thing to train for as well. Even in MMA, the MMA style side of wrestling, the wrestling side of MMA is just so hard to train for. It beats your body up. So bare knuckle, it's a little brutal, but all I'm training is my boxing and my clinch. I'm not getting kicked. So I like it. But super fights, some crazy retirement from BKFC for reasons I couldn't even guess. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna stay with BKFC because they've treated me really well. I just signed a new 3-fight deal, and I'm grateful. I'm finally I'm finally getting to where I can live, and I thank BKFC for that. They watched me come in as a college wrestler who had no idea how to throw a punch. My debut fight, no idea. I was, ugh. And the worst part is they play that video on repeat. I can't get rid of that video, man.
Oh.
But with that said, we definitely are. I love it. I love it, and that's why they call me the king.
That's cool, man. And I've watched the your Instagram over the last few years since I met you, since you won in Great Falls, and just seeing how things have grown and changed for you as far as like, the events that you're going to, the where you are on the fight card, and then the sponsors. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Really, momentum is going your way, and like I said, deservedly so. So congrats on that. And obviously, this is a series about stars in Montana, or whether you've made a career here and you're not from here, or you're from here and made a career somewhere else, some kind of impact on it. You have been around a few different places, but graduated from CMR, had a hell of a wrestling career there. I even wore my wrestler's shirt for you today.
Let's
And
go.
then you've made a point to stay in Great Falls. So, what impact has Montana had on you as a person and a professional now? And then why Montana? Like, why stay now that you've kind of, established yourself?
So there's a couple different levels to this. So first off, growing up in Montana, my mom was a single truck driver, and the level of hard work that she presented to me whenever I was growing up, she was that figure of hard work, and it doesn't get much more Montana than a Montana grain truck driver. And my mom busted her butt daily. We didn't have all this stuff other people had. But she still found a way to work hard enough to send me to these tournaments and make sure that I had the career that I wanted. It was always, do you want to do this? It was never, we're doing this. It was like, that's where Montana really lies deep within me, is growing up and dealing with that. Uh, then we move on to my wrestling career. I gained a lot of fans. There is a lot of haters and fans that uh, but as long as they're watching, it helps. And the wrestling career helped build me up to have a great amateur debut for ticket sales, and the support was overwhelming. I had people that I knew for a fact that didn't like me buying tickets from me. That directly helped my career. So we have, and then as time goes on, we've seen a big shift, because there for a while, like whenever I won the belt, my rival was in Great Falls, so it was a state divided, if you will. But as we go, they've supported me. They see me as the Montana champion. And the difference between Montana and Florida, obviously, is population density. Whenever it comes to being a athlete, especially one in the fighting world where ticket sales is a big part of your thing. Being in Miami, Florida would be super easy to sell $150,000 in tickets. But to do that for a Montana show, that's love and support, because people are driving 4, 5, 6 hours just to come watch you compete. So just that Montana attitude of, we support our own, We all work hard. We see this kid working hard. That's what I love about Montana. And I've chose not to leave because I've seen the people that have left. They kind of get, you know, outcasted, if you will.
Yeah.
I will, full disclosure, I'm doing my training camp with Brady Heastand over here in Spokane, Washington, but I'm still going to be a Great Falls Central Catholic wrestling coach this winter.
Wow.
So I'm definitely, I'm still Montana. I will always be Montana. I will train in my off season for Montana. Whenever it's time to turn up the heat, where I am of just a hop, skip, and a jump over in Spokane. But I begged to come back to Montana with BKFC. So I hope that even though I'm doing my training camp in Spokane, people can still recognize that. Honestly, the BKFC Billings event is like a love letter to Montana. Bringing BKFC back to Montana was a task. And now that we're finally here, as like Montana as a whole needs to rally and have some pride in this big event, because it is a DAZN show. It's a BKFC numbered card with title fights, and it's going to be one hell of a night. And Montana deserves it. We have a lot of people coming up the ranks. We have Sawyer DeP out of Missoula. He's fighting for a belt. We have Brian Atchison. He is reportedly next in line for the belt with a win. So like Montana has a lot to be proud of, and we're such a diverse, spread apart state, rural state. We're so spread out. Like it makes these big events that sell out extra special. So that's my love to Montana for sure.
He will be forever fighting out of Great Falls, Montana, or at least Montana somewhere. That's his love for the 406. So now let's get to some fun ones. Normally, this is my icebreaker, but you and I have talked before. No need to break the ice, but still, I think it's a fun one. What's it like to be King Kai Stewart?
Man, let me just be honest. There's a little bit of like a breath of fresh air, as the world champion. My goal as a child was to be an Olympic or world wrestling champion. Okay, so I didn't get the wrestling championship, but I am a world bare knuckle fighting championship champion. And so right there, the weight's off the shoulders. Now I just want to make as much money and win and get as good as possible. I don't like the wins and losses are going to take care of themselves. That's the biggest thing about being the king. You have to sometimes you're just going to have to expect things to go wrong. So far in active competition and professional competition, I am undefeated, 7-0, 6-0 BKFC. But everything happens for a reason. So I take everything in stride. Every single day that I have a bad day in the gym, it's like this is preparing me to be undefeated in the ring. Being the king, you just got to adapt and overcome. If you're not adapting, I've said this before, if you're not adapting, you're going to get your ass kicked. And like that's just a sad reality about just fighting in general. There's always somebody coming to take what's yours. And I invite all challengers. I say, you can send anyone you want. Don't send anyone you want back. And as the king, you kind of get that choice. So I love it. And the invites to all these places, the sponsorships that are coming on board, and just the personable person-to-person experiences that I've had with both my Montana family and while I'm traveling, Rick Ross pool party. We had BKFC Denver with Connor Sturgis with Conor McGregor. Just all this stuff. It feels good. It's a great day to be a king. That's how we sum it up.
I like it. Great day to be a king. This episode of Stars of Big Sky Country is brought to you by Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in at their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. So, in your world, obviously, there's a lot of rivalry. There's a lot of beef. In the world of wrestling, professional wrestling, it may be scripted, it may be kayfabe, as they call it, or it may be real. I'm assuming with you guys, a lot of it is real. What is the weirdest beef you've ever had, or the funniest beef that you've ever had with somebody?
The strangest beef I've had was legitimate beef, and it was with Joe Diesel Riggs. He hates whenever I bring him up in interviews, like keeping it going. But, he spread so many rumors about me. He got in my girlfriend's face and called her, like yelled at her and called her an ugly.
Wow.
So Joe Riggs is, I don't wish ill upon anybody, including Joe, but if there's people that I definitely do not care to see do anything positive ever, just stay in your lane, bro. It's Joe Riggs. That's why I had so many haters for so long in Great Falls, was because Joe Riggs would spread rumors. I stole his WEC belt, which was still in his trophy case. We proved that. He said that I was a woman beater. Sorry. Like, and then after he moved, his team was like, yeah, he just came to the gym one day and started saying it. And it was just repeated bullshit. And the best part about that is I got to win my world title against him. He put all his cards into Louis Lopez, and Louis Lopez, it looked like we had beef. He was just a pawn in Joe Riggs's game. And after I won the belt, my coach said, "What feels better, winning a world title or making Joe Riggs's worst nightmare come true?" And let me tell you right now, Joe Riggs's worst nightmare has collected collateral interest, and it is blowing up. That's the weirdest beef that I've had for sure.
That,
Out of like it tops it by 1,000.
it sounds
Um,
like that was strange.
this next beef though, I'm gonna do a two-parter just to end on a more positive note.
Okay.
We Jimmy Rivera, he's a cop. I'm a little stoner kid. He's a UFC veteran. I'm new. Like, this is fun. We've been going back and forth. It's Lil Jim. I'm sorry to disrespect him saying his full name. It's Lil Jim. And it's time for Lil Jim to go to sleep, and I think he understands that, which is why he's so slow going to sign the contract. But I think we're good. I think that this build-up's going to be fun, because I don't think he likes me. I don't think he likes the way that I carry myself. He is an actual active duty police officer, and I'm definitely gonna run with that. I'm the stoner kid, and I'm get me, bro.
I love it. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a pretty
That
classic
one's more
one.
fun, a little less
Yeah,
serious, a little
it's
less
way more
serious.
fun. Way more fun.
Yeah.
Not even so personal. Well, I got two
Right.
more for you. One is, of course, everybody loves to know about like pre-game, pre-fight rituals. Do you have one? Is it weird? Like, what's the most unique thing about it?
I show up. I'm gonna be in Billings for about a week and a half, and I just hang out with my family. I get my weight off. By my family, I mean my girlfriend, and my coaches. We all just hang around, and I listen to my music. I get my weight off, and we grind our asses off until weigh-ins. No real rituals. I have the same playlist. If that counts as one, I've had the same playlist since my sophomore year of high school. So, I add songs,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I add and delete songs, but it's overall the same playlist that I've been listening to since my sophomore year of high school. Um, and yeah, it's all about staying at a level playing field. We don't want to be a roller coaster. We want to be on cruise control.
For sure.
Having total control of your mindset is my ritual now. Like, after this last fight, I worked with Mindset Mike. He's a mindset coach. I worked with him for my last fight camp, and it was life changing. And so that's basically what I'm trying to do. It's all about gratitude. Gratitude is the best attitude, and just be grateful to have fun, get paid to do what I love.
All right, so the last one I want to wrap up with, I mean, we kind of already talked about what's next. So I think even more importantly is we've talked about how the career that you've had already and how it's happened so quickly. I mean, it's a career that a lot of people that maybe have a 10-year career in a sport like that would be like, that's good, man. Like, I'll take it and walk off. But for you, you want to keep going. You want to continue to be the best and get better at being the best, fight after fight. So what continues to motivate you to keep it going, even though like you've had a fantastic career in such a short time?
Well, I don't want to make this seem like I'm in it for money. This is my full-time occupation, so obviously money is a big part of it.
For sure.
The grind, I don't have that few money yet. I don't have my Montana ranch. I don't have the things that I want, but those are all wants. It's a really weird. I was asked a question in a financial literacy class the other day. If you woke up with $1 billion in your bank account, what would you do? And my first answer was buy anything necessary to make sure that my training can be absolutely next level and I don't have to worry about money no more. So it's just the internal drive. I want to be the best, and now that I am the best, remaining the best is key. And I just feel like I haven't done enough yet. You know, people are still Montana isn't quite a sugar-free state yet. Okay. So one once I get there, then we're gonna be talking, we're gonna be doing this. But you know, I just still have more to prove. I have more to prove to myself because you know, like I said, I my original goals were in wrestling. I'm in bare knuckle boxing now. So I need to top my goals tenfold to be able to really be satisfied. And it's just I don't know. I can't explain it, man. It's an internal drive to be better, and then the want side of it is I want to make more money. I want to make those millions. I want to make the few money that Connor has. Like I want to do this with my life, and bare knuckle just isn't quite that like there yet, but they're there. Like they're going in the right direction. They're 6 years old, 6.5 years old now. Like it's pretty crazy what they've done, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to be the first featherweight champion. I've defended the featherweight belt twice now, and now we're going on to our third title defense. And hopefully after that, we're gonna go champ status. So, well, we'll see.
You think, I mean, just randomly, I thought of this. We'll ever get like a, I don't know, exhibition fight between you and maybe a UFC talent sometime?
Man, I see. Socially, I know I'm not on that level yet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
O'Malley has 3 million followers on Instagram or something like that. Like I have 37,000. Like I get that I have a ways to go, but if somebody said you have $100,000 winner take $200,000 winner take all fight, I would take $0 to fight Sean O'Malley because I know I'd win. And like
Wow.
I want that fight. And here's the kicker: people are gonna say, "Oh, he's at 135. You're at 145. He won't go up." Okay, I'll go down. Oh, you're in BKFC. He's in the UFC. Okay, I'll come to MMA. The ball is entirely in Sean O'Malley's court, and it's a respect fight. Like people think that I don't like Sean O'Malley. For one, he said that I suck, so that automatically like that insinuates he doesn't like me, and there's some hate there. There's some he's a
It's
little
really
sour.
random.
Yeah,
It's really
he's a
random.
little he's a little sourpuss about something, but I think that I'm gonna earn that fight, and we can do it in any style he wants. But I think Montana deserves that because it's a state divided again. There's a lot of people that think that, you know, since I've defended my belt more times than O'Malley, but O'Malley's in the UFC, so I give him credit where credit's due. I would just like to prove it. So if he really wants to come get paid, I bet you BKFC could figure out some sort of payday that'll make him super happy. Maybe Connor and Dana can make a deal. Like, I don't know. Either way, I think Montana deserves it. I think it'd be awesome to do an outdoor summer show at Washington Grizz Stadium. It that would be a love letter to Montana. That would be a cool event for Montana. And no matter what side you're on, whether you like O'Malley, you like me, like the fans win there. The fans win there.
Yeah, I agree. That's that's a love fight for the state, the 406. So that's awesome to hear, man. I'm very excited, and I cannot thank you enough for your time today. I know you're a busy man. You're back in my home stomping grounds of Spokane, Washington. Hope it treats you well and continues to do well for you. We got fight for you coming up, and BKFC is returning to billing, so a lot of great stuff happening. So again, so thankful to get you locked down here, and I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and if time permits and you can come to Billings, we can get another quick in-person episode fight week. So just let me know. Let's stay in contact and let's get to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that idea. I'd mark it on my calendar for sure. So we will see how that progresses. But
Can I do one
that'll,
more? Can I do one more clip, one more bite, one more
yeah,
sound bite?
one more
All right.
soundbite. Love it.
All right, guys. November 9th, First Interstate Arena at the Metro Park in Billings, Montana. Get your tickets directly from me. I will have a QR code that will be being sent around. It'll be in locations. I will also have physical tickets. Please get them directly from me. Let's say you're not a fan of me, get them directly from a different fighter. Fighters directly benefit off ticket sales. So if you don't go through me, go through another fighter. Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. And that'll do it for another great episode of Stars of Big Sky Country. So, one more time, he is the king of BKFC, King Kai Stewart. So, for him, I'm T Man Richard T Man. This has been another great episode. And until next time, you can catch us among the stars of Big Sky Country. We'll see you next time.